Hello everybody, welcome back to PadFootTD Games. My name is Zach, I'm the voice behind the icon, and today we are back in Virtual Sailor once again with the Carnival Jubilee on our maiden voyage with the Carnival Jubilee and our actual maiden voyage with Carnival here on the channel as we are heading for our last destination, our last port of call for this trip before we have one more day at sea and we head up to Galveston. Hope you guys are having a good day. I know that I am. I'm very excited to pull into Cozumel. Cozumel is a place that I know well. Sorry, I'm petting Ella at the same time aggressively. Love you, bug. But yeah, overall, it has been an amazing trip. Really excited to kind of cap it off here in Cozumel. Cozumel has a special place to me because it is the first time we ever found a Senior Frogs, which is a bar. In case you guys don't know, it's a bar restaurant here. Well, in Nassau, it feels definitely more like a gift shop. This one's more of a bar. I remember attempting to go to this one, and they weren't going to let Ella in at first, and I was just going to wait outside because, again, it is Mexico. They don't have the same laws as we do. And the shop owner was like, no, come on in. Like, we know that you need the dog with you. And we went on in. If I said Ella, I do apologize. It was actually Belle. This was back in 2014. It was Danielle's first cruise, which is where I proposed to her, by the way. So that was cool. I actually proposed to her on this night leaving Cozumel, which was really fun. But yeah, overall, this has been a great voyage, and I'm excited to be coming here and finishing it up here. We are going to be the only ship in port today. Here is why. The ships that are actually in port with the Jubilee today, because I'm filming this on the day that they're actually there, it's Celebrity Apex. I don't have that. Carnival Paradise. I don't have that. There is the Carnival Valor, but maybe they'll show up for our disembarkation. They'll probably show up for that part of the video because let me show you our maneuver that we'll be pulling today. We're coming pretty much straight in, and we are going to be at this dock right here. This is the large ship dock. Enchantment of the Seas taking the other large ship dock. Of course, we may or may not have them with us today. And the Carnival Valor is actually right. Well, okay, fine. I was in the middle of speaking. Thank you. We'll be on this dock. So I'm excited for the day. I'm excited for pulling in here. Again, a relatively easy departure that we'll have this evening. And then when we obviously leave, we are leaving at 4 p.m. today, which actually means I think we're one of the first ships to leave on this day. And after we depart from here, we'll be coming up through the pass and back to Galveston. Now, we've done New Orleans with the Disney Magic, hoping to do that next year. I don't have anything from Mobile, so maybe we'll eventually be able to do that as well. Gotta sneeze. Bless me. My goodness. Ow. Everything hurts. Oh, and I can't wait to go back to Progresso as well. But today is all about the inaugural welcome of the Carnival Jubilee to Cozumel, Mexico. Now, what else can I tell you about Cozumel? Well, I know that I was there with the Disney Magic in 2004, I believe. And let's push it more towards like 2007. No, actually, I can backtrack that. 7, 6, 5. 2005. 2005, we were there with the Disney Magic on our 7-day Western Caribbean cruise. I do believe we were there in 2006 with our 10-day Disney Magic cruise. It was a Christmas cruise. First time they had done a 10-day. Felt awesome, on top of the world. That trip actually has a really big place in my heart anyway. But on top of all that, then the next time that we were there, we were on the Disney Wonder from Miami. And we were able to be there in 2014, obviously, with that cruise. And I remember the place looked a lot different than it used to. It looked much more refined. It looked more of a tourist destination, but it felt, I guess, in a way safer which I hate to say because, you know, it feels like it gives these places a bad reputation, which is not what I'm attempting to do at all. Just as a tourist, and especially somebody who was deaf at the time, it was nice to be able to feel safe, especially with Belle at the time. I remember we walked down, we were looking for a certain jewelry place to get Danielle a certain stone that she was looking for. I know my mom was looking for it too. We saw some wild chickens. I remember that. Belle wanted the chicken really bad. And I remember we were walking through, and we ended up walking through a bar out of nowhere. It was like we were walking through this promenade, and all of a sudden in this promenade there was a bar we had to walk through. And I remember this woman had kicked us out because of Belle, which I didn't take any offense to. You know, I've seen people post videos and stuff of these outrageous, like, well, you can't. Guys, you got to remember, you were in a place that doesn't have to follow the same rules as the United States. Doesn't matter if the dog's there to help you. If they don't want it in there, it's their business. So I'm actually going to click on this now. Yeah, I was just looking here. Mexico does not recognize service dogs, so while in Mexico you would not be able to have public access rights, and legally your dog would just be a pet, which is unfortunate. Obviously, if you go to places that are American-owned, or you know, somebody who's a little bit more with the times, they would be okay with it. I know certain places are okay with that. Some places that want to sail will always be okay with that, which I can applaud, because, you know, you do what you got to do to survive in these times. But just so everybody kind of remembers, there is still an entry permit that is still needed, and you need to do it at least 15 days beforehand, and it needs to actually be submitted to the agriculture facility of Mexico for them to actually give you your permit to go in. There's a lot of stuff that you need to follow, that you need to remember when you do these things. Like one of the things, Grand Cayman, for example, was one of the hardest places to get into for us because you needed a titer test. But the way that it was mapped out is that you're going to get the titer test results a week before you travel. She needed that to get onto the ship, so it was very stressful. It was very expensive. When we had done that trip and we went to Grand Cayman, to Cozumel, to Key West and Nassau, Bahamas is easy. That's just a proof of vaccination and a signed-off letter saying that, you know, it is a valid service dog, and one from the government of the Bahamas to let you in. And then Mexico, like I said, was just the, 15 days prior. You just send it in, you get the okay, they give you a permit. But yeah, Grand Cayman was hard. Over that trip, we spent like $1,500 in permits just for the dog to be able to come. And we had to line up all of her, like, rabies and vet pieces. It was truly a headache, and I really appreciate VCA Wyndham Animal Hospital and Dr. Rosenberg helping us get through that and making sure that everything went smoothly. So yeah, that's what it is like traveling with a service dog, everybody, in case you were wondering. We will have a new channel coming out relatively soon that'll be going over all this kind of stuff. That's going to be Frog Dog Vids, and it'll be in our descriptions. I'm hoping post January 1st. So we will see how I'm feeling after my surgery, and I'm hoping to get that together. Got the icon, got the IP, got the ideas. Now I just got to actually sit down and record them and hope for the best. Back to Cozumel, shall we? I know, you're like, wow, he's just talking a lot. Well, you only got 9 minutes more that you have to sit and bear to be with me, okay? But it has been a beautiful arrival here into Mexico. This has been very nice to come in, to watch the sunrise over the island. Yeah, look at that. Wow. That's one thing that I'll say does do well in the game. His sky effects is very good. like seriously. Ooh, that moon is huge. But pretty. Hold on. Yeah, I can't zoom in anymore, but yeah, that's troublingly large. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's what it looks like in Cozumel. I don't know. I never went out and looked at the moon, which I'm kind of regretting at this point, not doing so. But a beautiful sunrise. Like I said, we are here until 4 p.m. today. So that will be exciting for a full day of activities for everybody to do. And like I said, it's got a special place in my heart because this is where we found senior frogs. For those of you who don't know, my nickname since birth has been Frog from my dad. And that means a lot to me. That's why I have the custom plate and the video channel, Frog Dog. So it was really cool when we were able to find this. And I remember the very first shirt we got there was like this Terminator-esque rip-off shirt. It was so funny. So I remember that. We went snorkeling here once. We went out on a catamaran. And I remember that my dad ran into a barracuda. He came face-to-face with one. It didn't attack him, but he did look forward, and he was looking to the side, and boom, there's a barracuda right in his face. So that was his experience, and he was just overjoyed. But yeah, I'm not somebody who just walks around and likes to gawk, really, when it comes to these islands. I do remember, though, since I knew I was going to propose to Danielle this night, I wanted a piece of jewelry myself. Now, we ended up finding it on the next leg of the cruise that brought us to Nassau, I should say. And I got my black onyx ring. Cheaply made, obviously. You're buying stuff from in the Bahamas. What do you truly expect when you spend like $100 and something on it? I knew what I was getting into. It was a temporary until we were in our wedding. It made me feel like I was going to have an engagement ring as well to Danielle. And I remember looking at shops here, and I could never find one that didn't seem really gaudy. It always had like a really big stone on it, and I'm like, that's not me. You know, not that you'd ever see it, but if you ever saw my video vlogs or anything, you saw my ring. It's a silver band. I went a little over on this one because I knew what I wanted. Sorry, it's white gold, not silver. White gold, blue diamond on the top, with some diamonds on the side. But it feels classy, I guess. I don't know. I don't like big gaudy jewelry. So I remember we went to like 19 stores because, you know, there's 6 billion of them here. And I could never find the one I was actually looking for. So there's my shopping tips of Cozumel. Couldn't find what I was looking for. Oh, man, there's just a lot of babbling today. Well, I'm going to save you some of the babbling as I make this final entrance here. I'll just see you guys when we get a little bit closer so we can dock on up here at Cozumel and have a sun-filled day for everybody aboard the Carnival Jubilee. Hello, everybody. Welcome back on to the bridge. Realized my brain was like, do the intro. And I was like, why? We've already done it. I'm so tired. But we are just getting ourselves a little bit in reverse here just to slow us down a smidge more as we approach the dock here. We're traveling about 9. I wanted us down a little bit more. I'm actually going to start turning us in as well to at least get the bow in a right direction. And kind of keep that drag in reverse there as well. As we're pulling in on this beautiful morning, and again, we got plenty of time. The Valor's going to park right here this afternoon. Excuse me. That's right, I have confirmed that the Valor will be here for departure. Just means a little bit extra effort for me, but that is okay. Hope you guys are having a good day. I know that I am. I feel like I've filmed most of these back to back to back to back, and you know what? I'm not even sad about it. It's been 2 days of recording because there's a lot that goes into making time lapses, getting these set up, you know, everything like that. So if you guys see like a 30-minute video, a 20-minute video, then it takes about 3 hours total to get everything together for me, for the future me, for the editing me. So keep that in mind when you're like, wow. But hey, at least I'm not doing one video a day, because I got other stuff I gotta do. Other stuff that I gotta do, other places we've got to explore. and other things to play. You know, I was thinking about it. I was like, cool, yeah, I'm going to have a pretty good selection of ship sim. I really need to go through my catalog again and play other games. So after the Jubilee video, I believe we're probably going to be with the Disney Wonder heading off to Australia. Then I know that the Royal Caribbean needs to be done, the Carnival Valor needs to be done, we still have Mardi Gras, we have Celebration. I know that I have 6 billion other games that I need to do. I need to finish Red Dead Redemption 2. It's just a lot of complaining, really. You know, all these things that I got to play with the time off that I have. Unfortunately, the time off that I'm going to have for my surgery for my ankle, so that's sucky. A little bit in the bow. I'm actually going to turn the rudder as hard as I can just to get a little bit of this forward momentum turning towards the dock. Around 3.5 knots right now. We'll just keep letting that drag on. Let's bring the range in here. Little helpful. More helpful up here. This display's great, but I can't be in the center. I need to be on the wing. Which is funny, because now I'm thinking about it. Let's see. So the first stop, we were on the port side. Second stop, port side. This time, port side. When we leave, we're on the starboard side. Huh. I don't know why that's funny to me, but it is. Keep on creeping on. Tell you what, we'll actually keep going with the aft, because that also will push us away. Heading up at about 2.5 knots to beautiful Cozumel. It's going to be great weather today, too, because what did I see? Cozumel, Mexico. It's currently 79 degrees and scattered clouds. Boo-hoo. Like, come on. I'd die for that right now. Of course, we're having some very unseasonably hot weather for us here up in New England. Today was a high of 45 with rain. Tomorrow's 42 with showers. Staying in the 40s and high 30s for a while, and really no snow on the forecast. So good for the house, bad for my morale. The day I get out of my surgery, it's supposed to be at least dry. So I'll just keep on keeping on. Okay. We'll abandon the rudder for now. Gonna kick a little bit into the rear. Push a little bit with the bow. Like that back up to like 1.5 knots. Again, for such a big ship, we have what feels like a very tiny pier. It just must not be deep enough over here for us. Well, I guess it is supposed to be a busy day anyway, so I guess we got that. Okay, bows out. Just want to take a peek on what this look like outside. We are not going to be putting down the gangway, by the way. We've been having issues with that actually not retracting when I do the replays, and I can't actually get it to retract during the replays. So, unfortunately, that fun little detail is going to have to stay in our back pocket, because I can't get it to be happy. Still pulling in here about 1.5 knots. That is looking good, cleared. Aft is still swinging on over. Slowly but surely, which I'm all for. Okay. A little bit up there, watching the speed as well. Yeah, we can kind of center this one. Thinking bridge wing, probably halfway to it. Looking good, looking clear, looking good, looking clear. Again, moments where I wish that we could at least have an officer to have some sort of communication that everything's looking okay. That's funny. You see these? They look like they're almost blinking in order. Looking good, looking grand. Yeah, we're going to do it when we're lined up. It's almost there. And again, it's not a real dock, so that's going to be fun to fight with. Can't wait for that. Bridge is pretty much lined up, so we'll put that into reverse. We'll keep watching the rear. Going to put these at about 14 as well. We're there with the speed. Now we're just going to push ourselves in towards the dock. A little bit of push with the bow thruster to just slow that down. Bring up the docking menu just so that that's ready as well. A little bit more. A little push. Right there. Never, like, I'm getting better and better, I'm telling you. Look at that. That is pretty spot on. I'm quite happy with that. All right, let's drop some lines, shall we? And now let's actually get these lines to be where they should be. You should be over here. You should definitely be over here, but you're not happy with that. That's okay. I'll put you there. Kind of a nice wide web. You get lucky. I guess I could have been a little bit more forward. There'd be a lot more ropes coming from that side, so we're going to have to pull you in to there and kill these last two. That's unfortunate. So note to self, next time we come a little bit more forward, but it really does feel pretty centered, but we need to make sure we have enough to hold onto that bollard, and we did have another piece here, so in the future we could learn this, but we are alongside here in Cozumel, everybody, for our final stop here with the Carnival Jubilee. I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This has been a really fun voyage so far, and it looks like we're going to have a great day all together here as well. But that's going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed, we do try to get a video out here on the channel every single day, and I realize that I got to at least give a good morning welcome to everybody on the ship. I'm actually going to use this microphone, because we haven't before. So a little bit of a chime, and let's do it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is your Captain Zach speaking from the bridge. Great to see you this morning, and hello, good morning to Cozumel. We just pulled up, and we are moored along safely alongside here at Pier 3 in downtown Cozumel. I just want to give you guys a couple of announcements that looks like you're going to be having a beautiful day here. Looks like we're going to get a little bit more cloud coverage on our departure this evening. As a reminder, all aboard time is 3:45. 3:45. Make sure that all your clocks are set properly before you disembark the vessel this afternoon, as we will be making our way back to Galveston. But don't you fret, the cruise is not over. We have one more fun-filled day at sea, and we have a lot of fun things planned for that day at sea. So whether you stay on the vessel today or you go ashore here in beautiful Cozumel, we look forward to seeing you this evening back aboard the beautiful Carnival Jubilee. Have a fun day, everybody. All right, Kevin will come on in a little bit, let them know when they can get off. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Looking pretty great. Yeah. Welcome to Cozumel, everybody. Well, and of course, you know, we gotta let them know that we're here. Just in case anybody was taking a little bit of sleep in, we have now taken that privilege from them, and they're not allowed to do that. So, with that, I thank you guys so much for coming out to this one, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.